I saw Superman last night in IMAX. These are my spoiler thoughts on Superman, and then I'm gonna give you a van update because it's been like a month since the last van update since I got the van. To give you a bit of my perspective going into Superman, I didn't watch any trailers, didn't watch any speculation beforehand. I just kind of like went into the movie. I wasn't incredibly hyped to see it, but I was interested to see it and to see like the start of the new DC universe. I didn't really like the old DCEU. I kind of hated most of the movies. I personally don't think, I was looking back at like the roster of comic book movies we've gotten this decade, and I personally think there's only been one really good one, and that's the Batman. The majority of the other comic book movies have been like kind of entertaining, pretty bad, okay, forgettable. I feel like we've gotten a lot of those, and then we had the Batman. Other than the Batman, I don't think we've had a great comic book movie since like Logan in 2017. Maybe Infinity War and Endgame, maybe the Across and Into the Spider-Verses, but there hasn't been much. Superman, I thought personally was okay. I liked it overall. Overall, I would give the movie a thumbs up. I was decently entertained by it. I thought it had a really good beginning. The first 10 minutes, I thought I was like, I'm gonna love this movie. Everything with Krypto and like all the dog stuff was really getting me, and I was really liking Krypto. I really like Superman in this movie, and the dude David Cornsweet who played him I thought was really good. Nicholas Hoult, normally I can't stand in movies. You ever have an actor whose like face you just can't look at and they just like kind of irritate you? Nicholas Hoult, I just never really like in movies. I thought he was a pretty decent Lex Luthor. He was a bit over the top, but I enjoyed him for what he was. I gotta say, with James Gunn movies, usually I think the story's a bit weaker and he relies so much on comedy and telling jokes and just non-stop endless quips from his characters. I like that he toned down the comedy. It wasn't like in Guardians of the Galaxy 2 when Drax is basically doing a stand-up special for 2 hours. The first act, everything with Krypto and seeing like the fucking Fortress of Solitude or whatever it's called, I really like that stuff. I like seeing Superman's world, what his life is like, the Daily Planet. I was really liking the first act. The second act, when Superman gets captured and put in that pocket universe, I thought was okay, but then the escape from it became a little bit too CGI heavy. The first movie in this universe, and already we have a black hole sucking Metropolis into the black hole. We have an entire universe that's like splitting in half with the world and the black hole going down the thing. We have a pocket universe, multiverse thing with these prisoners. James Gunn went very fantastical with his first film in this universe, and it's to set up that it's kind of not going to be a real world down to earth universe. It's going to be a way more fantastical one, which is okay. But sometimes when it gets too out of the realm of reality, I feel like I and probably other will mentally start to check out. When there's a tear through the entire world going down and it's splitting Metropolis in half and buildings are collapsing and the whole city's getting destroyed again, in the first film in the universe, it's a little bit eye-rolling. Like, didn't we just do this in Man of Steel? Wasn't there just massive city destruction in Man of Steel? And everyone was like, Jesus, come on, with the buildings blowing up. Here's James Gunn kicking off his universe with more massive building destruction. The kaiju scenes I thought were just kind of silly, and I didn't really care for that giant CGI kaiju. Didn't really care for the escape from the pocket universe with the CGI pixelated river and the black hole. It was just a bit too much for me in that second act. It became kind of just superhero CGI smorgasbord nonsense. But overall, I liked it. I didn't really care for the story with Lex Luthor's convoluted plan of the two countries making them battle each other. Like, it's just like, it's okay. The Justice Gang I thought was okay. I thought Green Lantern was kind of funny. I liked Mr. Terrific, the character, but his superpower is he has like floating balls that go around him. I was just like, didn't really care for it too much. I thought overall the movie was fine. I liked some of the Lois Lane and Clark Kent stuff. I like that we didn't get an origin story. We just kind of jumped into this world. I just felt like we needed more for their relationship. We needed to see them like hanging out or something. We just like saw them fight in the beginning of the movie and then halfway make up in the middle and then they're together at the end. But I feel like we never really saw them like hang out or have like really like nice fun interactions. You know, I would have liked to see just like a date or something with Lois and Superman that didn't blow up and wasn't really weird, like that interview scene where she was just like kind of being a dick to him the whole time after he was cooking her breakfast. But I like Krypto in this movie. I like Superman in this movie. I think those were the best parts of the film, is that they got a solid Superman. Krypto's awesome. We saw Supergirl at the end, who's played by the Game of Thrones actress Millie Alcock, or House of the Dragon. I really liked her in House of the Dragon. I'm stoked to see her Supergirl movie, especially that Krypto's going to be tagging along with her because I love Krypto. Overall, I thought this movie was okay. It had a good first act, and it had a really good third act. I really liked the ending of the film. The second act, that like middle hour, just felt like a lot of CGI smorgasbord standard comic book movie nonsense to me. I think it was a decent first film in this DC universe. I liked it. James Gunn, for me, usually makes decent, pretty entertaining movies that I'm not going to really care to watch again. It was okay. A little bit underwhelming for how much hype the movie had. I kind of walked out being like, meh. Just not much to talk about with this movie. Like, it was just like a okay, kind of standard, decently entertaining, forgettable comic book movie. If I were to give Superman a grade, I'd give it a 6 out of 10. Just a little bit above that midway mark because it did entertain me. I did have an enjoyable time at the movies. I liked the first and the third act. I felt like the middle hour got a little bit convoluted, a little bit CGI crazy. But overall, I was entertained by the movie, and I liked the movie. I like Superman himself. I like Krypto. Lois was alright. The rest of the cast was alright. But I found the movie entertaining, and I will watch the next DC movie if that's... I don't know what that is. Is that Supergirl? If it's Supergirl, I'm excited for that. I'll watch that. That's my thoughts, my spoiler thoughts on Superman. Now for my van update. The last time you saw my van, it was completely carpeted. I had that electric bed that went down. Right now, my van is an explosion. It looks like an absolute nightmare of a mess. So I gutted the floors. I put a 1/2 inch of insulation, a 1/4 inch of plywood, and then I put some laminate vinyl floors. That looked pretty nice. And then I put some fake grass in the passenger seat, some fake grass in the front seat up here, and I'm doing fake grass on the wheel wells in the back. And I'm finishing up that one today. I'm going to be building a table going alongside here, alongside the van, and then I'm going to be building a storage bench garage area in the back of the van. And then I'm going to have a bed futon that sits right here and goes all the way back, and it's going to sit on top of the storage bench garage. I'll have my table along the side, and it'll be pretty nice. There's my little dog bed right there. There's my trash can. And it looks like an explosion right now. But give me a week, and it's going to look really pretty. That's my thoughts on Superman. I wish I liked it more, but I did enjoy the movie. I'm going to be doing my best top 10 films of the first half of 2025 in the next couple of days. So watch out for that. Peace.